and sliding since I don't remember when, in and out of consciousness. While others might be stressing out, we rely on our facade to help us out. And it's obvious now, finally.
When traveling, even for short trips, I really like to have all this text accessories that for me are items that I cannot live without when I'm leaving home, especially for longer periods of time. Some of these are as obvious as my Pixel 9 Pro XL, which is now my daily phone and I honestly love so much. Other are just essential tech items that I use to create content, and I want to make my creating process as efficient and as minimal as I can possibly make it to still make high quality content when I'm on the go. Well, let's start with the first device on the list, which is the Pixel 9 Pro XL. This phone is a replacement for my iPhone 15 Pro Max, and as hard as it was in the past to switch to Android, mostly due to not being able to send messages with all of the features that iMessage has with iPhones, it has been completely solved with iOS 18. Now, as some of you already know, we can use RCS in between iOS and Android phones, allowing us more security while sending text messages, being able to react to messages with emojis and stickers similar to iPhones, and most importantly, now we're able to send media without having to lose image quality, which is to me the most important part, because in the past this was my biggest deal breaker with having Android phones, especially when I had my S24 Ultra. And I know not having continuity with my iPad and MacBook Pro is definitely something to think about when switching. Even though I don't plan to sell my iPhone 15 Pro Max, I want to keep it as my secondary device for all my personal stuff and then use my Pixel for all the business side of things. There's a lot to enjoy about exploring Android after so many years being an iOS user. Although, as I said before, I don't plan to sell my iPhone, I actually enjoy having both phones to explore both operating systems and gain a deeper understanding of their strengths and capabilities. This allows me to provide you with the best content I can create, which is something that I value and I think that you guys will do as well. I want to be fresh in between both OS to be up to date with everything that is happening in between them and be able to compare them with more understanding of what is good and bad from each other. I think it's something that is going to add a lot of value later on. But yeah, I plan now from now on to keep both phones with me, an Android and an iPhone. But we'll see how it goes. And of course, I need a backpack to carry all of my camera gear for those times I plan to make content away from home or just to grab some good photos when travel, and for that I use the Jumper backpack from Gravity. This backpack has changed the way I carry all my creating content gear. Before I used to carry everything separated, since to be honest, I started my creative journey fairly recently and I was working with what I had at the time. Now I have everything very well divided by sections, and more importantly, it doesn't look like a camera bag, so when I'm traveling, I don't really have to worry about all the expensive gear I'm carrying since everything is well concealed in this backpack without giving a hint of what's truly inside. The back quality is really good and it has a very soft feeling along with many compartments for all your tech while keeping everything minimal. Although for my trips, I need way more than just my backpack, and that's where my 2 sets of luggage from level 8 comes in. This set is called the Luminous Texture 2-piece set, and I know the name is fancy, but it's not the only thing nice about this set. Mine is a 20-inch luggage, which is perfect for carry-ons, and for most trips, that's more than enough for me. But sometimes more space is a necessity, and here is where my 28-inch luggage comes in handy. Both of them have a really nice diamond texture with anti-scratch technology that will help them look like new for longer. Knowing how the airport treats your bag, this is a top feature for me since most of my previous bags end up getting destroyed shortly after buying them. The handles feel very premium and are made out of aluminum, giving you a great feeling when carrying them around. Also, both come with TSA approved locks to keep everything inside safe. One thing I appreciate a lot about this set is the interior organization dividers. Unlike other bags that lack simple pockets and can be difficult to organize your clothes and accessories, the Luminous Texture set has ample storage space for everything you need. Additionally, the wheels spin 360 degrees, making it effortless to transport both bags wherever you go. I can't think of anything else to say except that level 8 doesn't mess around when it comes to designing their bags. They completely changed my traveling experience, and for the price, they're really hard to beat. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description below, and thanks to level 8 for sponsoring this video. My go-to headphones anytime I leave my house are always the AirPods Pro, but now that I switched to the Pixel 9 Pro XL, the Pixel Buds Pro 2 may be a better fit, but right now I can't really say much about them since I don't have them yet, but they should be here anytime soon. Unfortunately, not before my flight. I also carry other Apple products with me where they work as intended, so for that reason, they will remain in my backpack. All that aside, they have been my favorite audio solution when I'm on the go because of their size and sound quality. Nothing I've tried come close to them, but again, it might change when I get my hands on the new Pixel Buds Pro 2. This is simply the best power bank I've used. Anker always deliver a high quality power bank for all of your needs. This one has a 27,650 milliamp battery and is obviously insane. It's a big battery and it's able to support all of my tech for multiple charges in many occasions. I honestly can't leave home without it, and I know it's pricey, I'm not gonna lie. I think it goes for around 150, but it's definitely worth it. The 11-inch M4 iPad Pro is the perfect productivity device, and since I incorporated it into my EDC, it has become my essential piece of tech. I still leave all my heavy work like editing 4K 10-bit videos on DaVinci, on my M3 Max MacBook Pro, and pretty much a MacBook can do everything I do on my iPad, but there's something special about having a hybrid device as a tablet and computer that compels me to use it for everything else. All my scripts, my mapping, sketching, photo editing, and replying to emails happen on my iPad. While I can also use it for fun things such as gaming and consuming content, which is a must for long hours in a plane. Especially for this plane, I plan to buy a couple of AAA games just because I don't have a Switch anymore and I kind of regret selling it, but the iPad Pro will do. Although it's not powerful enough to do everything and it has a less capable operating system, it's my tool to quickly get a creative thought into a fully developed idea I can later complete on my much more powerful MacBook Pro. This camera was for so long my dream camera, and now I'm using it to make this video, and it's a Sony FX3 with the amazing 16-35 GM lens. I've been using this lens since I bought it and it has pretty much lived in my camera. I love it for everything and I honestly don't feel a need to buy anything else. In the future, I might add to my setup a 24-70 GM2, but at the moment this does everything that I need. 16-20 to me is more like for A-roll content, and then if I want to do some B-roll, I go straight to the 35. I know the GM2 is a lot more compact, which it might be an addition in the future for me, but for now, this setup is everything that I ever dreamed of. A VND is a must-have when traveling, especially if you plan to record outdoor footage. It allows you to maintain a low aperture and the right shutter speed for your current FPS without compromises. This particular VND is the Peter McCannon 2-5 stops VND. I appreciate that each stop is clearly marked, preventing accidental adjustments. It also delivers excellent image quality and I highly recommend it. For most of my videos, I use the Sennheiser MKE600, but when I travel, this shotgun mic can be a bit annoying to carry due to how big it is. Also, taking in consideration that I also need to carry the top handle for my FX3, it'll add more to my travel accessories. That's not something that I'm looking to do unless I completely need to. So for these cases, I carry my DJI wireless mic Gen 1. These mics are incredibly versatile, and even though they don't have the best sound in the world, they work great. After some post-production magic, I can make them sound pretty good, at least for my use. They're a must-have for traveling for me, and I think for any content creator. Maybe in the future I get the Gen 2 because I like them that much. When I have heavy editing to do, my M3 Max MacBook Pro never fails me. It has all the power I need to turn all my creative ideas into reality. The 14-inch M3 Max MacBook Pro is a dream of a laptop, and it has pushed me to be more creative in my YouTube channel. And even though it's not the highest spec of the M3 Max series MacBook Pro, it's still really good. Right now I have 1 TB of SSD, which I kind of wish it was higher because I use an external memory for most of my stuff, primarily because this memory gets filled up pretty quickly. And I have also 36 gigs of unified memory, which is really good for all the work that I do. Along with my M3 Max MacBook Pro, I have my 2 TB T7 SSD, which is a must-have for every creative. I use my SSD to transfer work in between devices and also to keep my MacBook as clean as possible. Because due to the nature of my work, I record a lot of 10-bit 4K videos and my SSD get full very quickly. So I need to start cleaning up data and files, which was something that was happening before back when I had my M1 Pro. But I like to keep everything separated so I can transfer files in between devices and also to keep everything a little bit more organized. So yeah, this is a must-have for every creative out there. And I forgot to show you guys the front pocket of my backpack, which is the most boring part of my backpack. It has 2 USB Type-C cables and it has a charger from a MacBook Pro, which are the only things that I need when traveling because luckily all my devices are Type-C compatible. But yeah, this is pretty much all I have for the tech accessories that I can't live without, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I have a lot of content coming up with the Pixel, the iPhone 16 Pro Max that is also coming soon. So if you want to know all about all that upcoming content and you want to be up to date with everything that I upload, please don't forget to subscribe. Like to this video also helped the channel a lot, so I appreciate that a lot if you guys did it. But with that said, I'll see you guys on the next one.
Tonight I'm gonna take you out.